It's a Tuesday night in Milwaukee, and we are here at Miller Park ready for a little Central Division baseball. The Pirates are here. Game 2 of this 3-game series, the Pirates and the Brewers. And the Brewers trying to get back in the win column after losing last night, got shut out last night. So the standings as we come to you today, it looks like this. The Cubs with a 2-game lead over the Cardinals. Both the Cubs and the Cardinals are back in action tonight. Brewers 2.5 back and 4 back of the Colorado Rockies in the wild card race. Rockies beat the Diamondbacks last night. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from Miller Park. Great to have you with us. Welcome to this crazy train, this wild ride it's been with the Brewers. Thanks for being there again. And Rock, yesterday the Brewers didn't hit. Now they're going to give the ball to Brent Suter, and the Brewers are going to match up against the Pirates ace. On paper, this does not look like a great matchup, but Brent Suter is the Raptor, and they're hoping big things tonight from him.
And it's a good thing we don't play the game on paper, right? I mean, you never know what's going to happen in a game, but Brent Suter making another start. His second recently, last time out against the Nationals, only went 3 innings. This is going to be a bullpen game, just like it was against Washington, a Brewers victory in that start. So we'll see if Suter's going to be able to get the job done. He has made 1 start against the Pirates, 4 1/3, 4 2/3, and 2 runs. But the margins are going to be thin because Garrett Cole, one of the best in the business, I mean, he's the ace for these Pittsburgh Pirates. He has had some very good games against Milwaukee. He's got 4 pitches that he can throw for strikes. He's had 2 starts this year against Milwaukee where he's gone 7 innings and only 1 run. So the Brewers have their work cut out for him, and they need to get the bats going here.
And Garrett Cole has been a great performer for the Pirates all these years. They've been going into the postseason. He's been a great September threat. All right, back in 08, the guy who made headlines was CC Sabathia, coming back on 3 days rest often. We're going to have that tomorrow. The Brewers have finally decided on a starter tomorrow. And for more on that, we check in with Sophia Minnaert. Who's it going to be, Sophia?
Thanks, B.A. Yeah, with Jimmy Nelson's spot in the rotation due up tomorrow, we finally got the answer to the question that we've been asking manager Craig Counsell for the last few days, and it will be Chase Anderson going on 3 days rest. Now, he last started Saturday afternoon at Wrigley Field. The good news for Chase Anderson, it was a relatively stress-free outing for him. It was 5 scoreless innings, gave up just 1 hit. More importantly, the pitch count very low at 67 pitches. So manager Craig Counsell and Chase Anderson addressed the decision to have Anderson go on short rest and what that means here moving forward.
Really, it was a spur-of-the-moment decision, you know, with all the runs we scored to take him out of the game. And then, you know, just kind of seeing how he responded yesterday or Sunday, and he's felt good to go, and so we're in good shape there, and he's ready to go and in a position to do it.
It'll be Chase Anderson on short rest tomorrow, and tonight it will be Brent Suter on the mound, what will likely be a bullpen day. The Brewers looking to get the bats going here tonight against Garrett Cole. First pitch and lineup coming up next at Miller Park.
by Miller Lite, the original light beer. By Hupy and Abraham, voted best, rated best. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business. And by Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Just about ready for game 2 tonight. Brewers Pirates from beautiful Miller Park on a spectacular night for the grand old game. The Brewers are hoping to break out the long ball here tonight. They've done it very well this season. Matter of fact, they have a chance to set a franchise record with a hot finish. Right now at 202 home runs for the year. That is tied with the 12-ball club. Next up is the 1980 team, and then the Brewers trying to climb that list, so they could get to the 4th spot in franchise history with one more home run tonight. Let's hope that's the case. They got to match up against a tough hombre on the mound, Garrett Cole. He'll pitch against Brent Suter. It's the Buccos and the Brew Crew. It's game 2 coming up next. Brent Suter, the Raptor, hits the field. Jurassic Park theme song playing for him. And he's got the ball tonight. Tonight's game on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder, Sophia Minard, our Emmy Award-winning reporter. Great to have you with us. Tonight's game produced by Dan Keener, directed by Renardo Lowe. Potawatomi batting order for the Pirates. Jordy Mercer will lead off. Jordan Luplow will hit second. Andrew McCutcheon hits third. In the middle goes Freeze, Osuna, and Polanco. Sean Rodriguez, Chris Stewart, and Garrett Cole round out the starting 9. That will face lefty Brent Suter. And a bullpen by committee day, and as he usually is, he is ready to go, and he fires strike 1.
Yeah, don't blink. You might miss a couple of pitches. Second start for Suter against the Pirates this year. Got a no decision his first start. That was back in July.
Suter will work as fast as the Pirates will allow him to work.
Yeah, good numbers at .355 earned run average for Suter. It went 3 innings his last start. That was against Washington back on September 3rd.
And Craig Counsell hoping to get 3 good innings out of him tonight. If he gives him 4, he'll be very happy, and if he goes 5, he'll be ecstatic. Remember, this is going to be a game where Brewers are going to rely heavily on their bullpen. Suter is coming off an injury, and he's been a starter, as you saw the numbers, and has been starting in AAA, but not so much recently, and had a little bit of a strain in his shoulder that put him on the disabled list. So they're not going to ask a whole lot out of him. Certainly not going to ask him to go 100 pitches. He'll go as long as he can, and then the Brewers have a well-stocked bullpen ready to back him up.
Yep, they got 12 guys in the bullpen to start the game, including Matt Garza. It'll fill up out there at some point. He did work out of the bullpen against the Reds on Wednesday in Cincinnati, so he has pitched between now and September 3rd.
Mercer swings a little flare into right field, and right there is Santana. That's how the night begins for Brent Suter.
Now, a lot of lefties in the starting lineup for Craig Counsell. Let's check out the Menards Brewers defense. You got Broxton, Santana, all right-handers in the outfield. That changes once you get into the infield. Shaw, Sogard gets a start at shortstop. Walker and Thames on the right side, and Stephen Vogt behind home plate. A lot of left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight for the Brewers.
Pena's out for Vogt, one of the lefties, and Sogard in there for Arcia tonight. There's strike one to Jordan Luplow, a new name to the mix here with the Pittsburgh Pirates after a great year in the minor leagues. Luplow is a power hitter, hit over 300 this season as well at the minor league level for the Pirates, and here he is in the big leagues already with a couple of homers and 7 runs batted in just 42 plate appearances. Pops this one up in the infield. Thames is over there making the call, and he's got it for out number 2.
Yeah, Luplow in the starting lineup. The Brewers don't have to do with Starling Marte. He was in left field yesterday and hit a home run in yesterday's game, a 2-run shot.
Bruce Dreckman calling the balls and strikes tonight, by the way. It'll be Bill Welke, the crew chief, at first base. If there's a replay, he'll be the man conducting those honors. Jordan Baker is the second base umpire, and the third base umpire, Chris Guccione, who had the plate last night. McCutchen at the plate. First pitch curve drops in for strike one. McCutchen hit a first pitch fastball out of the ballpark yesterday for a 2-run homer in the first inning. Good one to put in the forget bank for the Brewers last night. That was a 7-0 shutout. Pirates won the game. McCutchen driving in a pair on a 2-run homer. Marte hit a 2-run homer for Pittsburgh as well. And then the pitcher last night, as McCutchen fouls one off of Vogt. Brewers gave up a 2 RBI single to the Pittsburgh hurler, the left-hander Brault, who went 6 innings and only gave up 1 hit, did not allow a run across 6 innings. So good one to forget, scratch it clean for today and try to get back to winning ways. The Brewers have 2 remaining with the Pirates. Suter strikes out McCutchen, and a good start for Brent Suter here tonight. Tonight on a Tuesday night, Craig Counsell and the Brewers trying to put one back in the win column against the Pirates. Brewers did take a 2-game series from Pittsburgh just a few weeks ago, lost last night, and needing a win tonight with both the Cardinals and the Cubs back in action. Counsell's Potawatomi Brewers batting order has Sogard, Walker, and Braun at the top. Travis Shaw, Domingo Santana, then Eric Thames in the middle. And then it goes Vogt, Broxton, and Suter rounding out the starting 9. And you will notice there are a ton of lefties in that lineup against the power right-hander Garrett Cole.
Yeah, he's got 4 pitches that can get you out, making start number 30. He has been healthy all year. You know, the strikeouts, 168 of them. That's good for 10th in the league. Innings pitched, 181, 5th best. So he has been out there very consistent for Pittsburgh, making start number 5 this year against Milwaukee. He's 0-1.
Sogard in the leadoff spot tonight for the Brew Crew. Playing shortstop tonight, giving Arcia the night off, and another left-handed bat, and a roller out to second base. Sean Rodriguez is there tonight, and there's out number 1.
Well, let's check out the Pirates defense. They have not been very solid defensively this year, although they were pretty good in last night's game. Your Menards Pirates defense, Liplow, McCutcheon, and Polanco in the outfield. You got Freese, Mercer on the left side, Sean Rodriguez and Jose Ozuna on the right side, and Chris Stewart gets a start behind home plate. Well, last night it was Diaz behind the plate. You can see lefties a little bit better than right-handers against Cole this year.
Counsell stacking up as many as he could tonight, including the switch hitter Neil Walker, who will hit off the left side against Cole, the former Pirate. Walker's had good success in his career against his old team. Had a nice little run in that 2-game series a few weeks back. And Walker takes a ball down and away. Walker hitting .367 against Pittsburgh, has 4 of his 13 home runs against the Pirates. Hits that one sharply but foul. Walker was not in the starting lineup yesterday. The Brewers went with Aguilar at first base and had Perez playing second base, a predominantly right-handed hitting lineup. Even though Walker is a switch hitter, he's a much better left-handed batter. And Cole puts a fastball by him.
Yeah, plus give him a day off. You get Perez in that starting lineup, who needs playing time. You see, right-handed, has not hit a home run.
The Pittsburgh native Neil Walker matching up against his hometown team. And that one in the air to left field, got jammed a little. It's slicing. Luplow is there in fair territory to make the catch, and out number 2. Cole's been great on the road as well. His last 9 games on the road, he is 8-0 and an ERA of 2.38. And he's been great in September through the years. This is what an ace does, what a horse of a rotation does. He gets stronger as the season goes, and he has helped them into the postseason quite often here in his young career.
Yeah, he was really good against the Cubs his last time out. 8 innings, no runs, but got a no decision. The Pirates lost 1-0 that night.
Facing Ryan Braun with 2 men out in the first inning. Pirates went in order against Suter in the top of the first. In there for a strike. Cole has a fastball that has a few different gears, and when guys like Ryan Braun come up, you'll see the 5th gear on that fastball. That's 95, 96 miles an hour.
Yeah, reach back a little bit when he needs it.
Braun on the ground over to third. Nice pickup by Freese, and he'll make the play in a quick inning. The Brewers go in order. Off and running at Miller Park. Bucco's Brew Crew. We head to the second. Head to the second inning. No score here at Miller Park. Brent Suter anxiously ready to go. Got to wait for the clock to wind down, though, which it does right now. And Suter deals. It's not just the hitters he rushes. He rushes our commercial partners as well. He says, get those things playing. Let's go. We got a game to play.
Don't mess around.
I love his pace.
Yeah.
Love his tempo. Players behind him say he is a thrill to play behind.
It's one of the things that makes him tough to hit, at least early on. Although the Pirates have seen him already this year. We talked about that. He's made a start against Pittsburgh. That was back in July. 4 2/3, gave up 2 runs.
Oh-2 pitch to Freeze is down and away.
Not only does he work quickly, I mean, he attacks you, with that baseball. Everything, arms and legs coming at you very quickly. The ball doesn't come out of his hand very quickly. Throws that cutter.
And needs calls like that. Borderline pitches. Suter, because he doesn't have the overpowering fastball, is always working those edges.
So you give guys extra swings, everything in the strike zone except for one. It's the other thing he does very well, throw strikes.
Suter right now at 20 pitches, 13 for strikes, and he strikes out David Freeze.
Took a little off that curveball, 75 miles an hour.
Second punch out for Suter.
Maybe taking a couple of miles an hour off that pitch, and Freeze out in front of it. It's hard to get that kind of a break when you don't throw it that hard. 75 with a big break.
One away for Suter. Here is Jose Osuna playing first base tonight for the Pirates. And goes right back to it. Gets a call there, a strike. Osuna with 7 home runs for the Pirates and a little over 200 plate appearances, and he asked for and is granted timeout. You'll start to see that a lot with these Pirate hitters. Usually it takes till about the second inning, and then they start to get feeling a little rushed at the plate. Suter's okay with it, though. He doesn't mind.
Yeah, he's used to it.
He just stands there, and as soon as he gets the green light, he's on the move.
Guy might get rattled at that, but yeah, Suter's used to being slowed down a little bit. Doesn't bother him. You know what that means? It's just that it means for him that he's getting into their head a little bit. That's okay.
Yeah, no doubt. He is on the attack. The hitter is almost an afterthought with Brent Suter, which is exactly the place he wants them to be. He doesn't even hardly acknowledge the hitter. Doesn't look at him. It's just he and the catcher. And he knows what he wants to do. Very decisive with it. Vote's a good matchup for him behind the plate, too. On the ground, right to short. Sogar gets a nice easy hop, and there are 2 men out now. Suter not only rushes the opposing hitter, he also rushes the sideline reporter, who didn't have a chance to get her report in. So let's check in with her now. Sophia.
Thanks, BA. Yeah, our showstopper in baseball, Nolan Arenado, in a key NL West series with wild card implications. Drove in 4 runs last night. A bulk of that damage came in this 3-run home run last night in the 8th off of reliever Jake Barrett. So for Colorado, it was a 5-4 win, their 5th straight win, and their 7th straight on the road. So Nolan Arenado just continues to do it all for the Rockies. Game 2 of that series, by the way, will start at 8:40 Central.
Boy, what a great story he's been this year. Arenado having another fantastic year. First ball swinging Polanco, and Suter gets through the inning 1, 2, 3, mowing him down 6 in a row for the left-hander.
Park, no score. Pirates Brewers, and tomorrow night is a great night to make it out to the ballpark as the Brewers and Pirates wrap up this 3-game series. Great seats are still available at brewers.com/tickets. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. 6:40 today, 6:40 yesterday, 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Got some game time changes here in the last few days as Travis Shaw leads off against Garrett Cole. Start the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score here. Brent Suter's retired the first 6. Cole retired the side in order in the bottom of the 1st, and here we are in inning number 2. Final game of the series tomorrow. And as Sophia reported, Chase Anderson will get the start, coming back on 3 days rest after a short start by design against the Cubs last Saturday. Chase Anderson stayed under 70 pitches in that start against the Cubs Saturday.
And once the Brewers got out to that huge lead on Saturday, and Joe Madden started to take all of his guys out, Bryant, Rizzo, a lot of his starters were removed. I think the Brewers were prompted to take him out and thinking, yeah, we could use him on short rest if we take him out now. And that's what they did. Ended up winning 15-2.
At the time they decided to take him out, it was 11-0, and then Brewers actually scored 3 more runs as Cole goes up the ladder to strike out Shaw. High fastball gets him his first punch out. And here is Domingo Santana. Santana with 24 homers this year, sitting on 69 RBIs. He's having a career season across the board. He and Travis Shaw have been the most consistent offensive players this year for the Brewers. As Cole sneaks a breaking ball in for a strike.
Yep, and both of them have been able to stay healthy. Santana has not been on the disabled list like he was last year. And because of that, he's in the lineup every day, putting up some good numbers.
Santana chops one over to third. That's just foul. Well, that one had a funky spin on it. Big overspin. Got by Freeze, but it was on the wrong side of the bag for Santana. And it's 1-2.
Well, the ball bounces right in front of home plate. It's not where it bounces beyond the bag once it bounces in front of the bag. And according to Chris Guccione, did not go over third base.
He's right there looking down the line. Good call. 1-2 on Santana. And he gets him.
Throwing some changeups. That was an 86-mile-an-hour pitch. Got Santana swinging a pitch out of the strike zone upstairs. Oh, yeah, it's a changeup right here up in the zone. That's not where you want to throw him normally, but he got away with it.
Well, back-to-back strikeouts for Cole. High fastball and a high changeup. Now Eric Thames at the plate, swinging a foul straight back. Had a big cut at Cole. Thames has struggled against this pitcher this year. It has been a nemesis matchup for Eric Thames. He's 0 for 9 against Garrett Cole with 5 punch-outs. Hoping tonight he breaks free.
Well, you know what I always say to that? I mean, he's due, right?
He is due.
He's due to get a hold of one against this guy.
0-2 the count. And Thames hammers one way back. Goodbye. 1-0 Brewers on Thames' 29th of the year.
I told you. Well, he got on top of that pitch. He tomahawks it on out of here on a high pitch. A line drive, no doubt right there by Eric Thames.
That one had some heat on it, didn't it?
Sir.
2-strike pitch from Cole, and Thames goes deep. right on cue. Good call, partner. Got the crystal ball all fired up here
He
tonight,
was
do
due.
you?
I mean, 0 for 9 with 5 punch outs. I mean, he was due to make good contact.
Stephen Vogt on the first pitch pops it up in the infield, and Freese is there to make the catch to end the inning. Brewers get another homer, and Thames, now a home run shy of 30, launches one out of here. Number 29, 1-0 Brew Crew. Jumping on Garrett Cole, his first hit of the year against Cole. And another trip down Bernie Sly, brought to you by Quick Trip. Against Garrett Cole, Eric Thames goes deep and puts the Brewers on the board. After being shut out last night, a welcome tally on the scoreboard. First man up for the Pirates is Rodriguez, and he shoots one down the right field line. He's going for 2. Santana throws. Rodriguez stops and hustles back. He went halfway to second base and saw Santana come up with a rocket.
Well, he did a good job getting there quickly down the line, and he does have a good arm. And Sean Rodriguez getting a fastball in, slices it down the first baseline. Now watch Santana gets there, spins around, and throws a strike to second. Rodriguez was reading the throw. He saw it was a good one.
Santana, you see his hat there. He's got VI Strong, Virgin Islands, from St. Thomas, and that area, especially where he is from, took on a lot of water with the Hurricane Irma and did a lot of damage to the town he grew up in. He actually split his childhood 6 months on, 6 months off, from the Dominican Republic for 6 months and then the Virgin Islands for the other 6. So very close to home there for Domingo Santana. And a little spot on his cap. That's got a chance. No, Rodriguez just got back. Shooter has a brilliant move to first base, and he'll give you a couple of different looks as well. We'll take a look at this one.
Yeah, pretty good throw, good tag, and Rodriguez getting back to first on the outside part of the bag, in there clearly.
Just need a left-handed throwing first baseman, then maybe you got him. Somebody call Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez used to pound that glove on the hand and the arm, remember?
He'd do some damage.
Make you pay for getting back to first base. Leave a mark. You know who else used to do that? Was Don Mattingly all the time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Those left-handed throwers can do that. They pop those gloves down. Want to know the count to Stewart, the Pittsburgh catcher. He's been the Garrett Cole catcher here recently. 7 consecutive starts for Garrett Cole. Stewart has been behind the plate for him.
Outstanding defensive catcher. Calls a great game. He can really cut down the running game. He's a very good throw at second base.
He's hurt the Brewers this year offensively. He's had 7 hits against Milwaukee this season. Suter went through the first 6 relatively quickly. Had 2 strikeouts. Now a lead single. He's behind 3-0, and he pours one in for strike 1. Things will slow down for Suter when a runner is on base. Takes him a little bit out of his game plan. What he likes to do, work fast, put the hitter on the defensive a little bit. You get a little off that plan when you have a runner on and you have to work from the stretch. And he just misses inside for a ball, and Stewart is on. A single and a walk to start this inning. Well, Eric Dame's home run has the Brewers now tied with the 1980 team. 203 team home runs this season. And another home run will put them into 4th by themselves. Next up, the 2001 Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, got a shot to pass the 82 Brewers. I think that the 07 team out of reach.
2001, the year Miller Park opened. So the 80 team, the 82 team, of course, that was at County Stadium. Much different kind of ballpark. Suter will play it. Cole gets a bunt down. And Suter lobs a little changeup over there to first base for out number 1. Sacrifice bunt for the Pittsburgh pitcher. Some of the big home run seasons on that 1980 team. Vin Ogilvy led the ball club that year with 41. Gorman Thomas hit 38. Cecil Cooper and Robin Yount both had 20+ homer seasons that year.
Much more difficult to hit home runs in Old County Stadium than it is here.
They also had the DH in the American League days. 1 extra bat in the lineup. Big swing by Mercer. He homered last night. Jordy Mercer hit one off Jacob Barnes last night in the 8th inning. And for Mercer, a new career high for home runs. Hit his 14th last night. Chased one this time, and it's 0-2 on the Pirates shortstop.
Yeah, Mercer was the number 8 hitter in last night's ball game, and Clint Hurdle now moves him up to the leadoff spot.
No balls, 2 strikes. 2nd and 3rd for Pittsburgh. Last time a Pirates shortstop hit 14 or more home runs in a season was Jay Bell back in 1991. Well, was he ever a good player? Under the Jim Leland-led Pittsburgh Pirates. He was part of those playoff teams with Pittsburgh. With Barry Bonds and company. Little roller over to third base. Shaw has only 1 play, and it's first. And it is the 2nd out, but it plates a run.
Yeah, Brewers had their infield back. They didn't want to give up the base hit. They wanted to cover a little bit more ground in the infield because it was 2nd and 3rd. Good breaking pitch, but Mercer able to get a bat on it and drive in the run. So ground out and an RBI, all tied up.
Well, and for those who say a strikeout is just an out, the same as any other out, there's the case against that notion right there. Mercer put the ball in play, got a run in. Pirates tie it up.
Makes a big difference when you have men in scoring position. Big difference.
So 2 outs with a runner at 2nd, and here is Luplow. He popped up to first base his first time up. This time last year, Luplow was finishing his season in Single-A in Bradenton. Here he is a calendar year later in the big leagues. Started in Double-A, ended up in Triple-A. Combined to hit .302 in the minors. 23 home runs in 117 games. That's a good year in the minor leagues.
Yep. You wonder, though, how much room there is in this Pirates outfield going forward. You wonder if Andrew McCutchen's going to be back with Marte and Polanco. They're going to be around a while.
Pirates do have an option on McCutchen they could exercise, which would keep him in a Pirates uniform. They could also trade McCutchen, who has a no trade clause. There's a strike. So it's probably a good opportunity here for the Pirates to get Luplow in some big league games, see what he can do, just in case they do make a move with McCutchen. And he's not in the picture in Pittsburgh next season. 3-1. Luplow takes a strike. Full count now.
That's that cutter that Luplow looked like he was fooled. We saw a lot of approaches last night by the Brewers against Brault. Very similar to that, not picking it up all that well.
Runner at second with 2 outs. And a fastball pulled foul. Went down and got that one. Of course, that might have been there from 3 years ago. Little soft liner in the seats down the left field line.
You're saying they don't move that tarp?
Yeah, the tarp never unrolls, so there's a ton of baseballs in there. That's just the way we like it, right there.
Yep, got to have a tarp just in case the roof doesn't work and we get rain. Major league rules.
There's the other tarp. That's the most important tarp.
And I've never seen the tarp out, even in the wintertime.
Which is a great thing. Don't need a tarp with that beautiful roof. Full count. Another one comes, and a little flare is going to fall, a base hit. And this is going to bring in a run. Pirates take the lead on a little handle shot into right center. Luplow with an RBI single. It's 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Yep, got in on him, but able to fight it off, just dumping it out there into right field. Not a bad pitch. There's that cutter once again by Brent Suter. Didn't quite get it in far enough. Left it out over the plate just enough. Actually down the middle, according to Fox Tracks. And dumps it into right field for a 2-out RBI.
Those sting right there. Right off the hands. So the batted balls that have produced runs have hardly registered on the old exit velocity gun. They still count. 2-1 Pittsburgh, and now that one's lined into left, and that's going to get to the wall. Braun will hustle it in. Luplow is going to be held at third. Into second is McCutchen with a double. First ball swinging again, Andrew McCutchen.
Yep, got a fastball up in the zone, tomahawked it out of the ballpark. I would imagine the Brewers bullpen is going to start getting busy. I do not believe Craig Counsell is going to be very patient. Got that pitch up and middle in, and McCutchen, who is a very good fastball hitter, able to rip it out of the reach of Braun. A 2-out double. Suter's spot is due up second in the bottom of this inning. Counsell would love to get Suter through this inning.
Now McCutchen just continues to terrorize Brewer pitching. That's his 12th consecutive game reaching base safely against Milwaukee. He had come in here in 7 games against the Brewers at Miller Park, hitting .348 and 9 RBIs with 3 home runs in the 7 games, including a 2-run homer last night. He has not had a very good month of September, nor did he have a good month of August. But that doesn't matter when McCutchen is facing the Brewers, it seems. Suter in some trouble here. Second and third, and first ball swinging David Freese. Three hits and a walk in this inning. In there, a strike, dropped a little changeup on the edge.
Yep, off the outside corner. So Bruce Dreckman giving both pitchers a little bit off the corners, but not giving that low strike.
Oh, into the count, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Suter is out of the third. He strands two. Two score, however, and the Pirates have the lead now, 2-1. Brewers are coming to bat. The Pirates game 2 of the series. Pirates have taken the lead 2-1. Brewers are coming to bat here in the third, and we are joined now by the owner of the Brewers, Mark Atanasio, from the very good seats near the on-deck circle. Great to have you, Mark. Welcome back to Milwaukee.
Thank you, BA. It's always, as we were saying before we came on the air here, it's always great to be in Milwaukee for September baseball, especially when it's relevant September baseball.
Yeah, how about this team right now, Mark? And I know you've been a traveling man here lately, and watching all these games as you do from the owner's perspective. It's been, as we hit the air today, it's been such a wild ride for the fans. I'm sure it has been on you as well.
I think I've watched the team from, you know, virtually every time zone on the planet.
Here's Keon Broxton with a base hit. Good start to the inning in the third as Broxton singles. How do you handle those emotions, boss, of this ball club this year?
Oh, I take my lead from David Stearns, who steps back and looks in 20 and 30 game increments, and things look a lot smoother over 20 and 30 games than they do game to game.
Yeah, you got to be real happy, Mark, with the way these guys have been able to handle the pressure. It seems as though it's a real resilient group. Just when you think they're going to fall out of the race, like they got swept in Cincinnati, then they sweep the Cubs. It's been a lot of fun watching these guys bounce back time after time.
Yeah, you have a group of largely, younger, high-energy guys, and Craig Counsell is a younger, high-energy guy.
Right.
So there he is over there, and and they just come every day looking to play, have fun, and play hard.
When you come to the ballpark like today, I mean, do you go into the clubhouse and you say anything to any of the guys, or just individually go around and give them a little pep talk?
Yeah, well, I think in September they don't need a pep talk from me. But actually today I ended up spending a lot of time outside the batting cage with Craig and David, just catching up on all the gamesmanship and theorizing that's getting done between now and whatever we've got 18 games. There's a lot of baseball to play, and there's a lot of permutations that they're working through.
Oh, nice. I'm sure you'll be able to share all of that here. Not that we want to pry.
Hey, listen, we're one of the things, and you see it certainly in October. We don't know if we're playing in Miami on Friday or it's a doubleheader on Saturday, and we don't. Game against the Cubs, we come down to a couple weeks when they're in Miller Park on Saturday. They've moved the game like 3 different times now in terms of national TV interest, and you know, it's just great fun that it's of interest, right?
No question. And that is one of the great things about this time of year is you look at Brett Phillips pinch hitting here in the 3rd inning. But the fact that national TV is coming, whether it be Fox or TBS, and it does shine a great spotlight on this beautiful venue, the fans here in Milwaukee. Broxton takes off. Phillips lines one to left, a base hit. And the Brewers get off to a good start. The pinch hitter Phillips, the rookie, with a single. And Rock, they have him at 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
It kind of reminds you of the last time Brent Suter made his start against the Nationals. He went 3 innings. That time he didn't give up any runs, but did not get an at-bat. And Brett Phillips doing exactly what he did down in the minor leagues. I mean, putting a good swing on that pitch. Cole was trying to sink one off the corner, and he went right with it. Really nice piece of hitting.
That'll bring up Eric Sogard now as we visit with Mark Atanasio. Got a little rally going.
Love it.
He's not superstitious at all.
No.
So that hoodie will be worn often if the Brewers score some runs here. But anyway, just your thoughts, Mark. I mean, about the national spotlight, being in postseason contention. I know it's fun to watch the ball club go that direction, but it's also great to shine a great light on the fans here in this ballpark. I love it.
Well, we got, I think, over 30,000 people coming tonight, and it's a school night, back to school. And listen, our fan support has been completely unwavering. I mean, last year we knew it was the first year of this adventure we're on, and we still had terrific attendance. So, and the spirit, a lot of our guys, some of the guys like Neil Walker here is in front of me, played other teams, and they talked about the energy in this ballpark, and that's the fans and their passion.
Sogard with 2 on. See if he's trying to bunt here. Sogard, a very capable bunter. Not this time. And he takes a ball down and in.
Yeah, there have been times where Craig Counsell has played small ball, but typically not this early in the game. And not with the top of his order coming up.
Mark, you go through the schedule, and I saw you down there today with Craig Counsell and David Stearns. And as you mentioned, you guys are talking about the plan moving forward. And so much of the year, even into the off season, you get to spring training and the beginning of the season, you're building the roster. You're talking about who you can add to the roster. And right now, you get to this month, the month of September, and this is who you got. Like, this is your team to see if they can get you there. How do you approach that from the owner's seat?
Well, knowing David and his group, there's still a couple things they're out there looking at for what that's worth, including we may add one of our minor league pitchers. So I'm not sure the work is ever done.
Sogard with a walk to load the bases. Go ahead, Mark.
One of the things I was looking at, you guys put up a graphic yesterday, or maybe MLB Network did. The Cubs have got 11 games against us and the Cardinals through the end of the year. The Cardinals have 10. We have 7. So we each play each other so often that, this is likely is going to go right to the wire. And, that's really exciting. Really exciting.
Sure, MLB Network stole that from us, Mark. That's the way it always goes.
Right. We got Dan Plesac, I think, used to pitch for us, didn't
he, Dan?
Absolutely. So Dan's out.
He's a big Brewer fan. He might not admit it. With the MLB Network.
He's representing for the Brew Crew.
Walker, big spot right here.
Mark, it's got to be gratifying. You add some pieces around the trading deadline, and you get Swarzak, you get Vogt. Neil Walker, and really you've got these guys without really dipping into your prospect list or your big prospect list. I mean, that's pretty good work by your general manager.
Well, David and Matt Arnold, they must have sifted through 100 different iterations and different guys we could trade for, things we could look at. And, the goal is to have a competitive team. Like the team we're playing here, the Pirates are competitive for years. And, I was mindful that after we had such a terrific run in 2011, we fell off a little bit. And so we'd like to do, better than that this go around. First of all, we got to get to the playoffs, but then once we get there, we'd like to stay there.
It's been since the 2011 season, and it is a market that is hungry to see postseason baseball once again. It is an owner who is hungry to see that as well. Good group of guys here, though. Good collection of players. Looks like the bench is in a good position right now, which is what you need. The bullpen is terrific. And now see if we can get this offense going. Bases loaded, 0-2 to Walker. And a backdoor breaking ball is in there for a strike. A little bit of a late call by the home plate umpire, Bruce Streckman.
Yeah, he has been given a little bit off the edges. And that one just able to backdoor the outside corner on Walker. A borderline pitch. Look at the way Chris Stewart holds it and makes it look a lot better to the home plate umpire. That's a big out.
Well, this is the guy you want at the plate in a spot like this. Ryan Braun. Bases loaded, 1 out. Mark, I can't think about Ryan Braun with the bases loaded against the Pirates without thinking about 2008, that grand slam he hit in late September.
He did. And here we are again.
Easy memories, right?
Those are good memories.
That snapped a 26-year drought of postseason play. There's a bouncing ball to short. Mercer jump throw to second, out at second base.
Now close.
A run will score. I'm sure Counsell's going to want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Head first slide by Sogard. Looked pretty close, although Sogard is going back to the dugout. I mean, that's one indication what he thinks. He thought he was out. He's going back.
Broxton scores the tying run. Braun credited with an RBI and an excellent play by Jordy Mercer.
Ooh, I don't know.
Very close.
Yeah, he's going to take a look at it. Counsell's looking back toward the clubhouse door. That's a heck of a play by Mercer to get that out at second base.
Counsell waved him off here, Mark.
Nope.
We've had challenges with the general manager. That would have been our first with the owner. That would have been fun. There's all kind of questions we had lined up for you. How do you like replay, real quickly, Mark?
I think I was. I forgot. I may have even been in Italy. I was somewhere when David was on with you guys, and I commended him on how calm he was. That was a long review.
Yeah.
Right until we went to commercial, and then it all started to fly.
Did not go his way either.
No, it did not.
Never let him see a sweat. That's what David's thinking.
No, but it was a nice recitation of the rule that night.
Well, so, Travis Shaw is up here.
You know, one of the things we have this year, which I'll mention here, that the depth in this team is, you know, I look versus 2014, and we just have a lot more depth with this group. And, you know, we talked about that. Our players have talked about that. So as you see different lineups and different permutations, we talked about it mostly with pitching after BP tonight. But, you know, I think it's relevant for everything we're doing out there.
Intentional walk here to Travis Shaw. The bases are loaded again after the Braun steal.
And that's one of the things, Mark, that really got you guys going in the first half of the season. I mean, I don't know if there's a team hotter than the Brewers, you know, before the All-Star break. And one of the reasons was because Craig Counsell using everybody on the bench, and they were all being productive. And I think that's what's kind of surprising, the fact that this team's not scoring the runs this half that they did in the first half because of the flexibility and all the players he was using.
Santana takes a ball down and away.
Yeah, no, look, I think the game ebbs and flows, and that's, you know, that's been a challenge. The other, you know, corollary to that, our pitching has just been awesome.
Yeah,
really awesome.
Starting rotation has been great. Corey Knebel, unbelievable this year.
Santana takes a strike from Cole. 97 with that fastball. Looked like he got benefit of a call on that one, but that's his best fastball yet.
We may have to move to Fox tracks for balls and strike calls here.
Oh, controversial.
You've been watching that? I mean,
yeah.
It kind of takes the pressure off of me, Mark, not having to say that that was a strike. And it's just people have to sit up here and look at it. I don't have to be the guy to complain all the time.
Automated umpire, robotic umpires.
It does even out,
right?
Frankly. But.
2-1. Santana down the left field line. That is a field goal. Phillips is in. Here comes Braun. He's in. Shaw chugging his way. Now he stops and goes back to third. Second and third. 2 out. Santana delivers. Brewers take the lead 4-2.
Boy, he's got quick hands. That wasn't even a strike. I mean, a fastball in on him. He had just got lightning quick hands, and that bat just goes flying through the strike zone. I mean, this pitch, I mean, right on the inside corner, and he just hammers it down the line. just barely favored by about a foot. It was a good thing that Travis Shaw stopped the third. He would have been an easy out.
Chugging down the line was a pretty good description for fans who didn't see it.
That was a great look down the line, and Shaw, or rather Santana, able to keep that one fair. Remarkable ability to take the hook off the ball on a pitch like that.
Yeah, it's all about the hands. I mean, he doesn't use a whole lot of body when he has a pitch like that inside. When you throw the hands like that, you keep it close to the body. That's what straightens it out down the line. A perfect example of it right there for Santana. A handsy hitter.
A little smile on the face of Domingo Santana. So 4-2 now. Brewers have scored 3 off Garrett Cole here in the bottom of the third. And it'll be Eric Thames. Runners at second and third and 2 men out. Thames launched a 2-strike pitch for a home run to right center his first time up. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. The Rally headsets today, Mark. Well done with the inning decision.
Well, we can. I think the last time I came on broadcast, we scored some runs too, but I don't want to say that before it happened.
Now you can. It's always good to perform in front of the boss. Thames, a little cue shot foul. How about this guy, Mark? It's been an up and down year for him, but overall the numbers are pretty impressive for a guy back in the major leagues for the first time in 3 years.
30 home runs. And, you know, also I think for what we're talking about, just terrific spirit and energy Eric brings every day, whether he's, you know, on the field or not.
Yeah, 59 home runs between he and Travis Shaw. I think one of the big things you wanted to accomplish was to get a little bit more left-handed pop in the lineup. I think you've accomplished that.
I think, well, I would say David accomplished that, but David and his team. But
right.
I'll go with that. And just having the balance in the lineup, you know, bringing Walker in as well in August.
On the ground, a hot one. Laying out Rodriguez, throw to first, not in time, and Santana is out at the plate.
Oh no, he is not. I'm going to say he is not out.
Shaw scored. Count that run. Santana called out.
I'm going to call it from the seats here. He is not out.
The boss is calling for a challenge. Counsell is having his clubhouse take a look. We'll look with you. Wow, that is close.
You might be right. He got him right on the backside, but with the foot in there.
His foot's on the base, I think.
Where does he get him? I think he might be safe.
That's what I saw. I couldn't see him around the backside. I just saw his foot clearly on the base.
This will be the look right here. He misses him on the leg and gets him on the backside. I think you're right. Although Craig Counsell is satisfied
I don't know about that one.
He's out.
Well,
all right. Well,
that was a good inning, boss. You might be right.
We'll take a 4 spot.
You're welcome to keep that headset on. Great job. Good to see you. Our big crew party tonight as well. We're gonna miss you.
I love doing it every year. Next year, let's schedule it so I can. I'll be back tomorrow night, but I got to go to a meeting first thing in the morning out of the state.
Will do. Thanks, Mark, for being with us.
All right.
Big inning for the Brew Crew. They take the lead here against the Pirates. Bang bang play at the plate. Could have been more. on the board against Garrett Cole in the bottom of the third. Now lead it 5-2, and a bang play as the second run was trying to score. Heck of a play here by Rodriguez to make it close at first. Thames is safe. Osuna fired a strike to Stewart and called out, and no challenge.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising that they didn't go for a challenge. They missed him on the leg and got him on the backside, but was the foot on the plate. According to the Brewers in the clubhouse, they say he was out. And no challenge, maybe too close to call.
Mark was calling it for us. He said, no way, he's safe. But no challenge there. So Counsell keeps his challenge. There were a couple plays you could challenge, deciding not to. But how about a 4 spot against Garrett Cole? And now the Brewers with a 5-2 lead. Jeremy Jeffress on to pitch for Milwaukee.
Yeah, last 2 times out, the Brewers have been able to get to Cole. 4 runs last time, 5 already today. And Craig Counsell going with the same plan. You know, last time Suter pitched against Washington, he went 3 innings. Then he brought in Jeffress for 2, and he threw 2 scoreless innings in that outing. 53rd appearance overall for Jeremy. He's been throwing the baseball extremely well as a Brewer.
Quite a contrast from Suter to Jeffress. You got to change your game plan quickly as a hitter. Where Jeffress fired it in there in the mid-90s with a lot of sink. Has an excellent changeup, a split change, and a good curveball as well. Third go around as a Brewer for Jeremy Jeffress, and he is so happy to be back. Osuna fouls it away. By the way, a couple of things about that play. First of all, that was an excellent throw by Osuna, who is trying to take a throw from the outfield to get it out at first, and then things drastically changed. He gathered his thoughts and made a good strong throw to the plate. But then Santana going and standing up, we talk about that all the time, right? It's such a challenging tag for a catcher, and it almost worked to a run. There's a called strike 3. Jeffress rings up Osuna to start the 4th inning.
Yeah, when you go up in standing like that, there's a lot less for the catcher to tag as opposed to going in on a slide. Well, and Stewart handled it very well. He did not block off home plate. Now watch Stewart now. He doesn't block off home plate. Then he sticks the leg out there as he receives the baseball and gets the out at home. Good play.
Santana driving in a pair with a double and trying to steal a run on that long infield hit, let's call it, by Thames. Eric with 2 RBIs tonight, and good to see Eric deliver with runners in scoring position. That's been an area of concern for Thames. He does deliver. Hit that ball sharply. Gregory Polanco at the plate with 1 away. Jeffress last pitched in Cincinnati on Wednesday. It's been a while. 6 days between outings. Knowing that this potential was coming here where he'd have to give multiple innings. I asked him about the layoff, and he said, no problem. I'm just happy to be here. And I don't mean it in the cliche version. I am really happy to be here, and I can't wait to do whatever Craig Counsell and Derek Johnson asked me to do. I'm more than happy. And this is a great role for him. He loves coming into a game like this.
And not afraid to go multiple innings like he did last time out against Washington. He got the win in that game. He pitched so well.
3-1 to count. Polanco on the ground. Thames ranging over. He's got to hit Jeffress, which he does. No problem. 3-1 on the putout. 2 outs in the inning.
Hey, there's still time to take advantage of the $12 Club Goodwill tickets at Miller Park. All you have to do is visit the left field ticket windows as soon as the ballpark gates open, and you'll be able to pick up tickets in Club Goodwill for just $12 a piece. Learn more at Brewers.com.
Two gone for Sean Rodriguez. He saved a run for the Pirates with that diving play out in the grass. And a little flare. Santana Can't get there. It's foul. Right in on the hands of Sean Rodriguez. That's got to send some bees in your hands.
Yeah.
The sting.
That power two-seamer from Jeremy Jeffress. He dropped that arm angle a little bit a few years ago and got a little bit more movement. He used to be a straight over the top guy. Pretty straight fastball, but no longer. It's that power fade as it gets to home plate. Not so much a sink, but it tails in and bores in on the hands of a right-handed batter.
No balls and a strike. That's the changeup from Jeffress right there. That's a pitch, especially to left-handed batters, that can be very effective. It's got a lot of movement on it as well. 1-1 the count, and a swing and a miss.
There's another one.
Ball and 2 strikes. Went right back to it.
Jeremy was throwing that pitch, last time he was with Milwaukee last year against left-handers. Now he's throwing it against right-handers as well. He's got a lot of confidence in that.
Three in a row from Jeffress. This time Rodriguez didn't bite. That's the best one he's thrown, though. Jeffress wants to put it right down there, and he'll get a lot of swings with that pitch.
Yeah, especially with 2 strikes.
The other thing it does, it comes in at 88, 89 miles an hour, and it really heats up his fastball. Makes that 95 look like 98. Might see one here. 2-2 pitch. And a buzz bomb in there at 96. Now it's 3-2 on Rodriguez. Jeremy, a former first-round draft pick by the Brewers out of high school in Virginia Beach. Traded twice by the Brewers. And he misses. 2-out walk. Rodriguez is aboard for the 2nd time. And that'll bring up Chris Stewart.
Just couldn't put him away. Tried the split change a couple of times, and 2 fastballs misses. Yeah, both of them in off the plate.
So here is Stewart, who drew a walk in the 3rd. Scored a run. Pirates got 2 in the 3rd after the Brewers got a Thames home run in the 2nd inning. And then Milwaukee with 4 in the bottom of the 3rd. Saw Vogt point at his left shoulder right there before he threw the ball back to Jeffress. It's like having a pitching coach on the field.
Yeah, kind of flying open, which means the arm drags and everything stays inside to a right-handed hitter. Point that shoulder right at the catcher.
Just a reminder for his pitcher. In there for a strike. Stewart didn't like that call.
He can't believe it. He got out of the way.
Something about the beard and the Pirates jersey reminds me a lot of Jason Kendall, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Stewart, he looks a little bit like him.
Same kind of build.
A little taller than Kendall, but Kendall was a slim and trim catcher, former Brewer.
Kendall's going to be a fantasy camp coach this year.
Is that right?
Jason.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Oh, wait, reunion camp.
I might have to think about making a comeback then.
You know what? I got your glove over here in the drawer. Just in case you might want to break it in.
I would love to play for Jason Kendall.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around, you know.
I know.
He's
That's
all
what I like
business.
about it. It makes everybody better. 2-1. Stewart, a swing and a miss. What's Jason doing now, by the way? Except besides coaching fantasy camp, which
right.
you can, there are the details right there.
Yeah, January 20th to 27th. It's filling up fast. We've never had this many signups this early. Prince Fielder, Corey Hart, Ben Sheets, all the guys coming. And maybe even Brian Anderson.
Man, I don't know. Jason Kendall is a game changer. 2-2, and Stewart fouls it away.
We have been toying with the idea of inviting Sophia.
Oh, well, that'll take you to capacity instantly.
We do have females from time to time, and I would imagine she would draw a crowd.
She's got game. I've seen her throw the ball around. She's really fast too, you know. Star volleyball player in her day, Sophia.
Yeah.
Two the count. Jeffers trying to put Stewart away here with 2 outs. Just can't walk this guy. You got the pitcher coming up next. They'd rather him lead off. Stewart, a light hitting catcher. That's what got Suter in trouble, walking Stewart in the 3rd.
Yeah, you got to go after this guy. Make him swing the bat.
Going to get a head start over there at first with Rodriguez. Full count, 2 outs. And he lost him. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs at the bottom of the order. And now a good hitting pitcher is coming up in Garrett Cole.
And you just can't walk the number 8 hitter twice in this game. Stewart hitting under 200.
Well, you got to pitch this guy like a position player. He can do some damage. He's got a home run this year. Has 8 hits on the season. Had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. And a little tapper right in front of the plate. Vogt's got it. And that will retire the side. 2 2-out walks. Jeffrey strands him. And we're headed to the bottom of the 4th. The Brewers on top 5-2.
Oakland Indians, they continue to be the big story. Their 19-game winning streak put on the line tonight, and Francisco Lindor has already given them a 1-0 lead on this home run off of Matthew Boyd. That is his 30th home run of the season, and for the 23-year-old switch-hitting shortstop, only Alex Rodriguez has a shortstop has had 30 home runs at a younger age. That also ties the MLB record for home runs for a switch-hitting shortstop. So again, Lindor solo home run, 1-0. That game is in the 5th.
All right, Sophia, thanks. That's going to be a fun one to watch tonight, trying to match the Oakland A's of 2002, the 19-game winning streak. These two streaks are inexplicable right now. The Indians winning 19 in a row, and the Dodgers, who still have the best record in the National League, losing 11 straight.
Look at the earned run average for the Dodgers. Are you kidding me? That group?
How about the run differential for the Indians? 100 plus 100. So they're not just winning 19 in a row. They are destroying their opponents.
They're winning by an average of over 5 runs a game. Jeez. 1 run might be all they need with Kluber on the mound.
I think the average score in this winning streak is 7-2 Indians. You'd like to go out and win 7-2 every night. Who does that? You know, but seriously, one thing it's allowing Terry Francona to do you're winning all these games and you're not blowing through your bullpen. You're
Right.
not having to use your A relievers every night because you have these big leads.
A lot of your September call-ups, right?
Something
Keeping
else.
your big boys fresh.
Indians won 14 in a row last year, now 19 this year. 1-2 the count to Vogt. And he got him. Cole strikes him out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that high fastball from Cole. Up out of the strike zone, and Vogt swings right through it.
Garrett Cole giving up 4 runs in the third. Brewers finally get to Garrett Cole. He has been dominating the Brewers this season. Cole did give up 4 runs in 6 innings in his last start against the Brewers on August 16th. Prior to that, though, he had an outing where he went 7 innings, only 1 run. He struck out 10 in that game. Earlier in June, he went 7 innings, only 1 run allowed against the Brewers. Matter of fact, his first 3 starts against the Brewers, he went 7 innings, only allowed 1 run, and had big strikeout games. An 8 punch-out game, and then that 10 strikeout game, which is his season high. And a little different story last 2 times out. Broxton got it all started last inning. Got a leadoff single through the hole between short and third. Brewers would run together 4 hits, 2 walks, scored 4 runs. RBIs from Santana and Braun and Thames. Broxton up the middle. Mercer boots it. And Broxton is aboard. The normally sure-handed shortstop.
I think that one had some funny spin on it. That was right off the end of Broxton's bat. That'll be an E6. That ball took a little bit of a funny hop on his second bounce. Watch it kind of go across a little bit, but certainly one that Mercer's got to be able to handle. He handles that in his sleep most of the time. Pirates have been a little bit shaky defensively this year. 93 errors now.
Well, Jeremy Jeffress is going to get to do something he has waited his entire life to do. That is bat in the big leagues. His first career plate appearance. The longtime reliever has never had a chance to swing the bat. And he's up there to bunt. Takes a strike. I'm guessing those batting gloves are borrowed.
The bat's borrowed.
He's using a bat that belongs to Matt Garza. There's plenty of hits in that one. Just kidding, Matt. He bunts it foul.
Just drop down the bunt.
Just get the bunt down.
I don't think that Craig Counsell wants him swinging away.
No, Jeffress.
I don't think I've ever seen him in a batting cage.
No. This is a brand new experience, and he's trying to get a bunt down against Garrett Cole. As he takes a ball. Shows a very good eye there, does he not? I'm sure he could rake when he was in high school in Virginia Beach.
This might be good for him, realizing how hard it is to hit.
Stands up there like a pro. Squares early. Takes a ball. You know he wants to swing so bad.
You think?
I think he really wants to take a hack.
I think he wants in the dugout to get ready to pitch.
After that first fastball came by, might have taken his spirit away. 2-2 and a check on Broxton. We'll see if he can get it done. He is the underdog here. Broxton goes, pitches a strike, and the throw is in time for the out. So a strike him out, throw him out double play. An awkward ending to the fourth. Broxton reaching on an error. Turns out to be a 3-batter inning for Cole. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Brewers have a lead. Thames with a couple of RBIs tonight, including a home run, and a 4-run third inning for Milwaukee has them up 5-2 as we go to the top of the fifth. A reminder to join Fox Sports Wisconsin for the Greater Milwaukee Heart and Stroke Walk and 5K run benefiting the American Heart Association. It'll happen on Sunday, September 17th at Veterans Park on Milwaukee's lakefront. For additional details, visit foxsportswisconsin.com/events. Coming up this Sunday, Jeremy Jeffress, after a near-death experience as a major league hitter, back on the mound to pitch.
I thought he hung in there pretty good. He had a 2-2 count.
He looked like he was cool. I don't know if that was what was going on inside his mind, but it was a strike him out, throw him out double play to end the inning after Broxton had reached on an error.
Interesting play at second base. I mean, Broxton not sliding and then ends up in the short right field.
Top of the order for the Pirates. Mercer leads off, and a swing and a foul, and it's 0-2 quickly. Checking the scoreboard tonight, the Cardinals are out in front of the Reds early in that one, 5-1 St. Louis. That game's going to the third inning. Brewers are behind the Cardinals in the standings right now by a half a game. Cubs and Mets are scoreless in the third inning at Wrigley. Mets have had a couple of opportunities. They're getting a lot of base runners against Jose Quintana of the Cubs, but have yet to score. We'll be watching those closely. Later tonight in Phoenix, the Rockies will be in Arizona. That's the Central right now. 2.5 games back, the Brewers. They are behind the Cardinals. And the Cubs are the leaders. Chopper, Jeffress over, and cannot make the play. That's going to be an infield hit for Jordy Mercer.
I tell you, a lot of the hits for the Pirates have been just like that. Jam shots, and that one right off the end of the bat. It was a good pitch by Jeffress. Not able to handle it. He tried to barehand it. That'll be a hit from Mercer. And he just ate him up. He got it on the ground, but you know, Jeremy not able to make the bare hand play. That's a tough play for a pitcher.
An infield hit extends Mercer's hitting streak to 6 in a row. And a lead man on here in the 5th inning. Here's Jordan Luplow. Jeffress, when he's right, will get a lot of ground balls and a lot of double plays. There's a liner into left, a base hit, 2nd of the night for Luplow. And now 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
And hit that one hard into left, fastball up. I would imagine Craig Counsell not going to be very patient. Any sign of trouble, you're going to get some activity in that bullpen. Got that one a little bit down on the trademark, but able to get the bat head out and rip it into left. His bullpen is starting to stir down there in left field.
Now these aren't big line drives, but you still have to go back to last inning for Jeffress. He had the first 2 men out, then he walked the 7th and 8th hitters. Got a chance to get through that inning quickly and then have the bottom of the order to start this inning. Not the case. So now he is hard at work against Andrew McCutchen, representing the tying run now with nobody out. 1 inning bounces to the next. All about lineup management. And while Jeffress was able to get out of that 4th, he's having to face the better hitters now with men on. Now McCutchen has homered more times against the Brewers than any other team that he has played. He's got 31 now after his home run last night. And a dangerous spot to be in if you're Jeremy Jeffress with a 2-0 count.
Ooh. Yeah,
got one by him.
Yeah, McCutchen looking for something middle away. I mean, he's got good power to right field. We saw one last night, a home run into right. That had a little late movement and McCutchen held up on it.
Jeremy's got the kind of stuff he can strike out hitters out of an inning. Love to get a double play here. 2-1 swing and a miss. McCutchen waves at a breaking ball. Actually, that was a fastball, but it had a little, looked like a little cut spin or something to it.
Sometimes he pulls them, not by design so much, but there's a split change grip.
Wow, at
91 miles an hour. 93 was it?
That was unusual right there.
Yeah.
It was a little amped up. You could tell there was something quirky about it, the way it moved. Normally his fastball goes the other way. 2-2 now.
Did it again. Pirates not biting on that pitch. I mean, he's putting him right where he wants him, down in his zone like that, near the dirt with 2 strikes.
The speed range, those are the splitters that are at 91. That 93 was a splitter as well.
Yep, only 1 fastball. That was a 2-0 pitch.
Full count, 2 on, nobody out. And McCutchen strikes out. He went right back to it. So Jeffress has found a little wrinkle here with a much firmer split finger fastball.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. I mean, McCutchen, last thing he's thinking is that splitter again, and swings at a pitch out of the strike zone. He was trying to knock one out of here. Started as a strike, but then as it got to home plate, dived out of the strike zone. Good pitch.
I haven't seen Jeffress use it like that until tonight.
Boy, if McCutchen takes it, though, he's in big trouble.
Right, that's bases loaded. Gets the K, though, made the pitch. Now Freese is up there. And here's your double play candidate right here. Freese also has plenty of pop in his bat to tie this game. And a good low ball hitter, which is where Jeffress likes to work. Ground ball foul. Freese this year has bounced into 8 double plays. Jeremy, a ground ball pitcher.
We have not seen a curveball from Jeffress yet. It's been fastballs and split changes. The curveball's always been a good pitch for him.
1-1 to Freese. Did he go? He did. unable to check his swing, and now it's 1-2. Back to the splitter. Freese does not like that call by Bill Welke, the first base umpire.
Yeah, pretty close. I don't blame him. Looked like he was able to hold up.
Clint Hurdle barking out to the crew chief as well. 1-2. Got him again with the splitter, and Jeffress with back-to-back strikeouts. 2 gone in the inning, still runners at first and second.
Yeah, just amazing the way he's been able to transform himself into this kind of pitcher. It's just all about the grip. I mean, same arm speed, same arm slot, but just different movement, and takes a lot off his pitch. 90 down and in, and Freese a strikeout victim.
Well, Clint Hurdle, sensing an opportunity here, is going to bring on Josh Bell to pinch hit. He'll replace Osuna and likely to stay in the game at first base. And as Bell is announced, he's a switch hitter. Counsell is going to make a pitching change and will turn. Well, Bell will stay as a left-handed hitter, but he's going to go with his right-hander, who pitches very well against lefties, Oliver Drake. That's the matchup. The reverse splits guys coming in. Jeffress is out. Runners that are his responsibility, but a couple of big punch outs, Rock, to get near the finish line in this 5th inning.
Yeah, he was throwing a lot of them, and you know, the best one he threw was the 3-2 pitch to McCutchen. I mean, if McCutchen takes that split change on that full count, I mean, he's in big trouble. The bases are loaded, nobody out, and there it is. There's a swing and a miss. That's an inning changer right there, and then he gets David Freese on that pitch. You know, Jeremy used to be fastball curveball. Now seems as though he's much different now. Now he's fastball split change. And talking about that, got another fastball splitter guy coming in. You got Oliver Drake, who's been very good against lefties. Switch hitter Josh Bell will turn around, and actually the pinch hitter will bat left-handed. You see the numbers for Drake against lefties, a .243 batting average. He has allowed 3 home runs. It must have been a pitch count thing for Jeremy. It was at 40 pitches, but he goes, Craig Counsell goes with Oliver Drake in this situation.
That's a big spot for Drake. 2 on, 2 out. Bell takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Bell's only faced Drake twice. He has a hit and a walk. So very limited experience against this pitcher. Key batter right now. We're only in the 5th. Not a big spot, and a little rollover on a ground ball. Thames has got it, and he hits Drake on the run. Nice play. Well done. So the move pays off. Drake gets his man, and 2 runners are left stranded for the Pirates. Still 5-2 Brewers. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
a 5-2 lead. Time now for our unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. For the Royals, first baseman Brandon Moss went 2 for 2, a grand slam, 4 RBIs. The Royals 2.5 games back in the American League wild card. And the Oakland Athletics, a very cool initiative for their 50th season at Oakland Coliseum, will give away free tickets for their game against the White Sox on April 17th next year. And the schedule release just came out today, so save the date if you want to make the trip for that one out to Oakland.
The old Coliseum. You gonna make a trip out there to Oakland to see that one, Rock? Take a day off?
We were there last year, weren't we?
Yeah, we sure were. Eric Sogard knows about the Coliseum, and he lines one to right. That's gonna get down. Goes to the wall. Sogard on his way to second, thinking about third, and he'll hold up. Sogard with a double, leadoff double here in the 5th inning off Garrett Cole.
There's a good start to the 5th. Eric Sogard, leadoff hitter. He's been on a couple of times now. A walk, now a double down the right field line. That's where the Brewers need to start adding on, get these add-on runs, tack-on runs, extend the lead. Getting some pretty good swings against Garrett Cole here tonight.
Well, the Brewers have 6 hits now against Cole, after getting shut out last night on a 3-hitter. Neil Walker now inside, misses, ball 1 to Walker. Neil struck out with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning, but then the Brewers were able to score 4 runs after that K. That was the first out for Cole. He was trying to get through that inning with no damage. Braun drove in the first run on a fielder's choice, and then Santana delivered a big 2-out, 2 RBI double. Thames followed with an RBI single with 2 outs, and 4 runs were in when it was all said and done.
Hey, Garrett Cole's pulling the string too a lot tonight. A lot of fastballs around 90, 91 miles an hour. I guess not fastballs, maybe that changeup he's been throwing. It's been a good pitch for him.
His fastball's been as quick as 97 tonight. And Walker into center field. Back on it is McCutchen. He's got it for the out. And tagging is Sogard. He will be in there. Productive out. Walker just missed it a touch on the bat. It had the sound. He hit it on the barrel. He just got under it a little bit.
Kind of hit it back into the hitting zone just a little bit, and that's what kept it in the ballpark. With a high fastball from Cole, able to get on top of it. Good job with the top hand to get on top of that high fastball and hit it deep enough to move Sogard over to third base. So a productive out for the Brewers.
And that'll get Braun to the plate. Pirates forced to bring their infield in. Ryan driving in a run in the 3rd. Got the game tied again at 2. Ryan now with 46 RBIs, sitting on 300 career home runs. Hit that milestone homer in Chicago last Friday at Wrigley Field. And he earned every bit of it. That was in a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight in. He hit one to straightaway center field.
Yeah, 2-run home run, the only 2 runs of the game. A lot of balls hit hard that night that just died in that wind.
Braun had a good cut, but he's down 0-2. Nobody was hitting him out this night except this guy, Ryan Braun. Powerball home run number 15 and number 300 of his career.
Yep, a first inning 2-run home run, and that would be it. Brewers won that game 2-0.
That was the game Jimmy Nelson was injured. He had gone 5 scoreless in that frame, or in that game. His last start of the season. 0-2 the count. Infield is in. And Cole just misses with a fastball. 1-2 now. Big run to pick up at third base. And Braun fouls it away. That'll be in the seats.
Another off-speed pitch right there. Braun a little bit behind it. You ever see Ryan, if you can read lips, stay back.
Visit to the mound by Stewart. Wants to get this one straight with Cole. Knowing this is a big moment in the game, the Brewers a chance to add to their 5-2 lead. Braun is a very tough out in spots like this. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Braun shatters his bat. Boy, that was a knuckle buster. Most of it ends up near the screen.
Left holding the handle. Oh, that's it. Just shatters that bat. Shrapnel everywhere.
And you'll be able to purchase that one in the team store in a matter of moments.
You know what? Back in the old days, a couple of nails and that's good as new.
Good BP bat. Some wood glue. 1-2 again. Cole deals. Braun lays off. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. You think Cole doesn't want this?
Yeah, you know, they always save their best for Braun, don't they?
The best fastball yet. Two and two. And Braun strikes out. Went back to the heat. Got him to chase. Sogard still at third base. 2 outs now.
Yeah, that you know, he's made some really good starts against the Brewers, and when he has, that's been his #1 pitch. That fastball outside corner to right-handers. This one a little bit too close to take. It looked like on Fox tracks it was off the plate, but you don't want to leave it to the umpire. That's too close to take at 99 miles an hour.
5 of his 6 fastest fastballs of the game came in that Braun at bat. Now Travis Shaw. Pumping that in at 99 as well. That's what makes Garrett Cole an ace. He's got that next gear when he needs it. All the great ones do. Shaw's late. Another one at 99, and it goes to 0-2.
Got to pick your spots to reach back and throw that hard. You can't do it all game, but you know, man at third base, Braun, Shaw up. That's what you save it for.
Oh, and 2 the count. Shaw takes it in, and Sogard had a huge lead. If that ball gets away just a little bit from Stewart, because the shift is on, Sogard is only about 45 feet from home plate.
Well, look where Freese is. There's nobody even close. Sogard ended a game on a walk-off against Cincinnati on a play like that.
He'll go as far as Freese is away from the bag, and that's a pretty good distance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Shaw pops it into foul territory, and that'll be in the seats. Good effort by Stewart.
Yeah,
just
I'm not sure if Stewart can get up high enough to reach over that netting.
Once it hits the net, if it ended up on this side of the net, once it hits the net, it's a dead ball. He was trying to get the rebound right there, Rock. Got to go to the highest point. Stewart hits that net, it just kind of wobbles a little bit. There are some catchers that I know that might just take that whole thing down with them.
Yeah. You don't get much of a vertical leap with all that stuff on.
Here's a 1-2, and that's in there, a called strike 3, and Garrett Cole reaches back for his best heat and gets out of the inning, striking out Braun and Shaw.
Brewers with a 5-2 lead, and Beyond the Diamond is a series of community outreach events that will take place each month during the season, all of which involve partnering with BCF, players, coaches, Brewers' wives, alumni, and team personnel working in the community. The events will be funded in part by Brewers Community Foundation and focused on the areas of health, education, recreation, and basic needs. And BA and Rock, a quick update for you on Jimmy Nelson. He did leave the team this afternoon. He is headed to Los Angeles to receive a second opinion on the right rotator cuff strain and the partially torn labrum. His appointment is tomorrow, so Craig Counsell said we're getting closer to a decision on whether Nelson will go the rehab option or will require surgery to repair that partially torn labrum.
Well, that's a huge decision to make, right? That could mean all of next season as well if it is surgery. We'll see how it goes. Thanks, Sophia.
And if they do elect to go surgery, it figured you'd like to get it done sooner than later. Outstanding work for Nelson. I mean, a breakout season for him. Unfortunately, he hurt that shoulder sliding back into first base in Chicago.
Yeah.
And that's the killer of the whole thing.
He will never slide headfirst again, I'm guessing. But the competitive nature that he has, he was trying to beat it back. A potential throw. It's up break. On the ground over to third. That is Shaw on the shift and just getting Polanco for the out.
And that's probably going to be it for Drake now.
Drake coming on to retire Bell, who was pinch hitting the last inning with 2 on, and gets the left-hander Polanco, and so he retires a couple of left-handed batters, faces 2, and Craig Counsell will make a pitching change. Back to the bullpen. Suter started, Jeffress an inning and 2/3, then Drake. Now here comes Hughes.
Hughes takes over a 5-2 lead for Milwaukee. And MLB.tv every night, every device, watch every out-of-market regular season game live, plus get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 live app for baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
We're watching that At Bat app tonight. Cardinals have a 6-1 lead over the Reds in the 4th. Mets just took the lead over the Cubs, 1-0 New York at Wrigley in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Jared Hughes with 1 out, nobody on. Sean Rodriguez at the plate for Pittsburgh.
I saw Hughes in last night's ball game, a scoreless inning, although he gave up a hit to allow a couple of inherited runners to score.
Yeah, that was a base hit by the pitcher Stephen Brault to drive in 2 runs. Hughes right back on the bump, though. This is the inning to survive for Craig Counsell. If he can get through the 6th with a lead in a day when you're using a spot starter in a bullpen by committee day, then you now move into your best relievers all lined up ready to pitch the final 3 innings. Hader and Swarzak and of course Knebel. That ball's hit sharply, and oh, look at Santana. He got stuck and he leaps to make the catch. A jump save and a beauty.
Yeah, that line drive right over the outfielder's head sometimes is a tough one to judge. Good thing he's good and tall. He needed every inch.
He just gave up on the route. He stopped and
hope for the best. You throw the glove up there. Nice play by Santana.
Wow.
Folks out there in the picnic area liked it. The right field patio. And Jared Hughes.
See, now it's all dependent on the editing, whether that's going to be a good play or not. But that ball was hit so hard, Santana couldn't quite get a read on it. Like a line drive coming right at him with some heat on it.
Yeah, those are the tough ones. I mean, those low liners that are hit hard right at an outfielder. Sometimes it's tough to judge.
Using every bit of that 6'5" frame. Stewart with 2 outs. 5-2 Brew Crew, a 4-run third inning. The difference. Jumped out to the early lead on a Thames homer. Homered off Garrett Cole. Thames' first hit against Cole this season. Had been 0 for 9 until that home run. And then the Pirates got 2 in the third inning. RBIs from Mercer and Luplow to take the lead, and then the Brewers answered right back with 4 in the bottom of the third. Braun, Santana, and Thames all with RBIs. Thames has driven in a pair tonight. Santana had a 2 RBI double, and Braun's RBI came on a fielder's choice. Eric's had a good night at the plate. And Thames will be due up second in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 the count. Mercer takes a ball, or rather Stewart.
Yeah, Garrett Cole on deck. We'll see if Clint Hurdle goes to a pinch hitter. If Stewart reaches, you can't walk this guy again. Stewart's already walked twice.
Stewart not known for his bat, but you wouldn't be able to convince the Brewers of that this year. He's actually had excellent plate appearances against Milwaukee. Has 7 hits on the year against the Brewers, and he has a couple of walks tonight. Full count. Hughes will come right after him, and a broken bat grounder to short. Sogard makes a play to win the inning. Good work by the Brewer bullpen. They have survived the bullpen by committee. Domingo Santana, he'll lead off, coming up with a gem at the end defensively.
our athletic scouting report, we take a look at the minor league hitting leaders for the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Ivan De Jesus Jr., a .345 average for him on the season. Monte Harrison led the minor league affiliates with 21 home runs. Lucas Erceg, third baseman between Carolina, and then jumped up to Colorado Springs to AAA, 83 RBIs for him on the season. And Johnny Davis, 52 stolen bases on the season for him between Biloxi and Colorado Springs. So congratulations to all. The minor league season obviously come to an end, but certainly a number of great accomplishments between all the minor league affiliates.
And had a good year. One of the best minor league systems in baseball as far as talent. Gary Cole back to work. Here is Domingo Santana. Santana leading off this 6th inning. He'll be followed by Thames and then Vogt. Got a couple of lefties coming up. Clint Hurdle sticking with his ace, trying to get him through 6. Santana delivered a big hit back in the 3rd. 2 out, 2 RBI double. Pulled it down the left field line. And the Brewers were able to take the lead with that hit. Santana dumps one into right center. Base hit. Over to cut it off. McCutchen. Domingo with a single. 2 hits tonight for Santana. By the way, we're going to need Sophia to give us an injury report on the Italian. This was a very unfortunate beginning here. Look at this. Sniper.
This is the fun just began. Look at him now, boy. I tell you, he is a mess.
That is one dirty sausage.
Look at her nose.
Jeez. So what's protocol there? You wipe a little dirt off, throw it back on the grill, or do you go for a new one at that point?
It depends on how long it was on the ground.
5-second rule.
In my house, right?
That was an I've fallen and I can't get up moment right there for the Italian. Oh my goodness. Nose first.
There are about 1,000 lines I could think of, but I'm not sure I could say.
Oh boy. Who put in the speed bump there? What a great source of entertainment each and every night.
You know, it's a shame. You know,
every night.
You know, the best part of the sausage race sometimes, and this is bad, that when one of them goes down. But that might have been the record for the quickest to go down. I mean, that was barely out of the gates. Got his tail caught in the starting gate.
Swing and a miss by Thames. 1-2 the count. And they're off. And down goes Italian. He's out of the race.
Oh, boy.
Golly.
It's awesome.
Well, see if Thames can strike again. He has 2 hits off Garrett Cole. Santana's got to lead at first, and Thames takes a ball. Cole trying to work that outside corner. Thames jumped on a high fastball his first time up and launched it out to right center. Home run number 29 for Thames. Joins him with Travis Shaw for the club lead in home runs. Well, if the Brewers can get Thames hot down the stretch here, that would be a huge get.
Yeah, finish off September like he finished off April.
2-2 count, and he got him. Came in on his hands to strike him out. First out of the inning.
It's like that cut fastball or some type of a slider cutter for Cole that ends up in off the plate. It's a good pitch for him.
That's got a lot of movement for a 90-mile-an-hour pitch. Huh?
Yeah, he made a mistake with that pitch to Santana. That was the pitch that he threw to Domingo that Santana doubled on.
Here's Stephen Vogt. 0 for 2 against Cole tonight. Vogt in a bit of a slump right now. Just 1 hit in his last 18 at-bats. He'd love to get that bat going here. It's only half the job for a catcher what he does at the plate. Most important thing he does is behind the plate, how he handles the pitching staff and blocking the ball. Vogt's done a good job with that. He's handled the staff so well. As a newcomer, he's really adapted quickly.
Well, if you can catch anywhere. And Stephen Vogt is a guy that studies his pitching staff and studies hitters. He's adjusted well to the National League.
And a two-time All-Star in the American League. Brewers were able to get him because the A's, with catching prospects, left-handed hitting catchers, and Vogt struggles at the plate to begin the season. A's DFA'd Stephen Vogt, designated for assignment. And the Brewers snatched him up quickly. He's been a perfect add to the Brewers this season. Was hurt at Pittsburgh, knocked him out for a month with a knee injury. 1-2 pitch. Vogt slices one foul. Hey, good catch. Yes, sir. He brought his glove and makes the play. Saves a few fans from destruction. Watch this guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Had it all the way.
One hands it.
I mean, it's okay he didn't catch it in the pocket. Hands hurting a little bit, I'm sure. And he got him. Took a little off. And Vogt is strikeout victim number 8 for Garrett Cole. Hey, a reminder, you can guarantee your seat for the Bucs' 50th anniversary return to the Mecca game. It's coming this fall with the 43-game Super Pass. Visit foxsportswisconsin.com/upcoming events for details. 2 outs. Here comes Keon Broxton. Singled and scored in the 3rd. He reached on an error in the 4th. Was thrown out trying to steal in that 4th inning.
Yeah, Broxton's due to get into one. Been a while for him.
Correction on the Garrett Cole strikeouts, by the way. That is 9 strikeouts, not 8. I forgot to mark the one on the strike him out, throw him out double play. Two outs in the inning. And Broxton takes a ball. That slider. Cardinals have added to their lead 8-2 now. St. Louis over Cincinnati in the 5th. Swarzak getting ready for the 8th, or rather for the 7th inning.
Yeah, it's early for him, isn't it?
I think it's the way the lineup falls, isn't it? Top of the order. You have a pinch hitter to lead off.
Yeah, at the end of the last inning, you saw Josh Hader getting loose down there. Thought maybe he would be coming in.
One and 2 the count. Nine, 1 and 2 due up for the Pirates in the 7th. Have a pinch hitter for Cole, Jordy Mercer, then Jordan Luplow. 1 and 2 to Broxton, and he lays off. High fastballs and down and away sliders.
Yep, sliders and cutters. He's throwing some changeups. One bad inning for Garrett Cole. Brewers able to get a 4 spot on him.
That was an inning started by Broxton with a base hit to left off of Cole. Santana at first. Here comes a 2-2 and a called strike 3. Strikes out 3 in the inning. 10 Ks for Cole. We're headed to the 7th. How do you like your sausage? Face down, nose down.
We head to the 7th here at Miller Park. Time now for our Scoops from the Clubhouse, brought to you by Car Soup. There's a look at Chase Anderson. He'll be starting tomorrow in the series finale on 3 days rest. He last pitched Saturday at Wrigley against the Cubs, went 5 innings, gave up just 1 hit there. And the most important part, 67 pitches for him in that outing. So Craig Counsell said they wanted to see, just with him going out early in that outing, he said they wanted to see how he felt Sunday. So far, all good. He did tweak the routine a little bit, but Chase Anderson said he feels great. He's ready to go tomorrow. And you love kind of his response. He said, you kind of put your emotions and feelings out the door. You grab the ball and go. And he said, it's September baseball. You want to be in this position. He said, it's an honor for your name to be called to do this on short rest. So that will be Chase Anderson taking the spot of Jimmy Nelson, at least for tomorrow in the series finale.
Yeah, big spot for him. He knows it, and not as big of an issue coming back on 3 days rest than it normally would be, having only thrown the 67 pitches. It'll be an interesting watch tomorrow, though. Manny Pena will take over behind the plate, and with the top of the order ultimately coming up here, Counsell is going to go with his setup man. Anthony Swarzak will start this 7th inning. Batter is Adam Frazier. He'll pinch hit for Garrett Cole, who exits with 6 innings and 10 strikeouts tonight. However, Brewers getting 5 runs off Cole. Frazier pulls one through, base hit. Now, this guy is a pest for the Brewers.
Yes,
He's been hitting all year against them.
Well, he's hitting 283, and a guy that doesn't strike out a whole lot, and able to sneak that one out of the reach of Thames. Swarzak got his ground ball, unfortunately, in the hole and into right field.
Just out of the reach of Thames. And the Pirates put their lead man on. Frazier, since the All-Star break, is hitting around 340 now. And he keeps it going here with a single in a pinch hitter's role. Top of the order, here is Mercer.
And interesting to see Swarzak in here in the 7th, and if he's able to get a clean inning, you got, down in the order, you got Bell, who's a switch hitter. You'd rather turn him around and bat right-hander, and then Polanco, the lefty. So you might see Josh Hader come in the 8th.
I figure this is the only inning for Swarzak, whose spot in the batting order is due to lead off in the 7th inning. It'll be a one and done for him. Oh, I beg your pardon, a double switch with Manny Pena there. Pena will lead off. My mistake. But Swarzak in the 7th spot in the lineup for Vogt. So you could get multiple innings out of Swarzak, or at least 4 outs.
Yeah, maybe multiple outs out of Swarzak, and then Knebel as well.
Defensive swing by Mercer, and it's 1-2. Mercer, the Pirates' leadoff hitter tonight. Had an infield hit his last time up. And he got him. Swarzak with that slider strikes him out. That's his signature pitch, and the first out of the 7th inning.
And it's been a good one, and he's got the fastball to go with it. Slider off the plate, getting Mercer to chase. And big out. Now gets a ground ball.
Swarzak coming to the Brewers from the White Sox. He has been a big addition in that bullpen. So you think about Swarzak and Hader. In the first half, it was the 2-man punch of Knebel as closer and Barnes as the setup man. Barnes was having a good half. He's run into some hard times here lately. A lot of innings, a lot of games for Barnes. The emergence of Hader from the minor leagues, and then the addition of Swarzak has made this a playoff caliber bullpen. tapper, and Pena will grab a foul.
They got some veterans down in that bullpen led by Swarzak. And Jared Hughes has been around a while. And then you got the youngster Knable. Barnes. Hader. And it's a good combination of youth and experience.
One ball, one strike on the hitter Luplow with 2 hits tonight. Getting his first significant run in the big leagues. Luplow made the big jump. Double-A, Triple-A big leagues this season after never playing a game above Single-A prior to the season starting. He's had a good night. Swarzak wants a ground ball here, and a swing and a miss. 2-2 to count.
I've got the fastball by him on the outside corner. Now let's see if he tries to put him away with the slider.
Two and two the count. And a fastball right on the edge. He got him.
Had me fooled too. Well, you can't walk it across any better than that. Fastball, mid to upper 90s, right on the outside corner. Dots the eye on the outside corner. Pena doesn't even have to move the glove. That's a good pitch.
And you work that with the slider that he throws. It starts in that same lane, and that's why Swarzak gets so many swings and misses at sliders out of the strike zone.
Yeah, but that the location of that fastball is just perfect.
Takes the strike, swings at the sliders out of the zone. That's the name of the game for Swarzak. Runner at first, 2 outs for McCutchen in the dirt, blocked by Pena. Cleveland did it again, partner.
Yeah.
Corey Kluber and the Cleveland Indians beat the Tigers. 20 consecutive wins. Kluber threw a shutout tonight. 16-4, 2.44 ERA. Might have just secured the Cy Young Award in the American League with that one.
Again.
Wow. Lindor hit number 30. 20 straight wins for the Tribe. Matches the 0-2 Oakland A's. 26 in a row is the record, modern era record, that the New York Giants
Unbeaten.
Yeah, unbeaten, because they did have a tie. So consecutive wins. It is the 35 Chicago Cubs. And there are the Indians. Unreal.
Man, something else.
McCutchen is late on a fastball. Well, Cleveland, with those 20 straight wins, inching their way closer to securing a American League Central Division title. Their elimination number is down to 5 over the Twins. Twins are playing the Padres tonight. 1-2 the count. Couldn't get him to chase it. 2-2. Swarzak in the 7th. Counsell making the play for the big right-handed bats. He's got Hader ready for the 8th inning. 2-2. Broken bat. Slow roller. Sogard flips it in time to end the inning. Anthony Swarzak delivers again. A couple of Ks, a scoreless 7th. Stretch time at Miller Park. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. And by Chevy, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit WisconsinDriveChevy.com today to find a dealer near you. Good word by the bullpen tonight. Those are two of the participants in this one. Jefferson, Drake. 5-2 Brew Crew as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. In front of a crowd that's going to be over 30,000 tonight at Miller Park on a Tuesday. And the Brewers trying to hang on to win. The Cubs are winning right now, beating the Mets. Cardinals have a big lead over the Reds. This is turning into a must-win tonight for the Brewers.
Yeah, Baker Santana making appearance number 11. You can see the earned run average over 6. Got called up on Sunday from AAA. He went 1-3 with 8 saves. Third different time he's been with the Pirates this year. Had good numbers down in the minor leagues. 8 saves in AAA for him.
Manny Pena batting for the first time on the first pitch. Skies one to center. Excuse me, to short. And there to make the play is Mercer.
Hey, tonight's Tavern of the Game winner, B.A. Stenny's Tavern and Grill in Milwaukee. Actually, they're in Walker's Point. I know Stenny pretty well.
Oh, yeah?
Good guy.
I just met Stenny.
Yeah. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Stenny's gets 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. That's for April or May of 2018. You see how we were talking about that yesterday and they changed the card.
Yeah, nice.
Amazing power we have up here.
Good job, Rock.
This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. You know, Stenny was a sponsor of our men's hockey team many years ago.
Is that right? How'd that go?
Stenny's Big Dogs.
Wow. Sounds like some self-esteem issues from the over 30 hockey league team.
Had a good time. Boy, sweating. That's a good workout.
Sogard fouls one away.
We had a lot of guys that moved around the ice holding on to the boards.
So
we had a good time, though.
Work your way to the edges, gentlemen.
Go from the outside in. I still have that Big Dogs jersey. You never know. I might get back into it.
Yeah. I doubt it. Fly ball into left field. And routine for Luplow for out number 2.
That'd probably be a good idea for my neck fusion I got a few years ago.
Have we gotten to the point of the season in the Tavern of the Game where now we only do Rock's Friends the rest of the way?
See, I don't have anything to do with who the Tavern of the Game is. You know, I know you like to make it, you know, pretend like I pick them all the time, but
everywhere we go in the off season, somebody almost without fail will say, "Oh, I got a great idea for your Tavern of the Game," and he writes it down. Somebody will write it down for me. And you know what they say? Give that to Rock.
Yeah. Well, you have to be in the Tavern League. I mean, that's the key. Tavern League of Wisconsin. Can't play favorites either. It's random.
It started out as all the taverns that Rock has actually attended. And then we ran out of games. So I had to go to the well a little bit. Now we're into backstories on the tavern. That's what you do.
Good old Stenny.
Stenny getting a lot of play tonight.
Yeah. Good guy.
There's a seat waiting for you any moment.
They've got good Bloody Marys down there, too.
Goodness, Rock. How's that tab looking?
Yeah.
2-0 to Walker.
You been down to Walker's Point? Good spot.
I'm not sure. I don't feel like I went specifically going to Walker's Point, but I've been lost plenty in the 11 years I've been here.
Yeah.
I feel like I've probably driven through Walker's Point.
You probably were.
At some point. Neil Walker should go to Walker's Point. Be a good spot for him. You should take him down there, Rock. He draws the walk here with 2 outs. Speaking of Rock, got a bobblehead coming up. I was unaware of this entire process, but there is a disco Bill Schroeder bobblehead coming. That's a fine photograph.
See now, I asked Caitlin, who does social media for the Brewers, not to like spread that around. I don't know where they got that.
Wait a minute. You asked the social media director who took a photo of you.
Yeah, well,
not to spread it around.
Not to put it on TV. You can put it on all the social media you want, but
I don't think Caitlin's the one who put it on TV. There you are, looking sweet.
Back in my Clemson days.
You have a suit like that?
I don't. I used to. Doesn't fit anymore.
I don't know. I think you got to squeeze into that thing one more time, partner.
Yeah, it's shrunk over the years.
Okay. Here's Braun with a runner at first, 2 outs. I didn't know polyester shrunk like that. I thought they pretty much held their shape.
They can stretch just a bit, but not enough.
Well, we're all looking forward to that. That's the 23rd, I believe.
Yeah, against the Cubs this Saturday.
That's a game that has actually been changed from a Fox Sports Wisconsin game to a national Fox game on the 23rd.
So we're not even going to be on television for that.
That is correct. Braun muscles one, and a nice catch by Rodriguez. Over the shoulder he goes. The inning is over, and the Brewers take a 3-run lead to the 8th.
Game series at Miller Park. That's Thursday, September 21st through Sunday, the 24th. To reserve your spot at this late season showdown, get your tickets today at Brewers.com.
Got some time changes in that series, Rock. Matter of fact, there are a few time changes to put in your calendar. So the 6:35 game now is now 6:35 on September 22nd. That moves up about a half hour to accommodate national TV. Saturday's game moves up to 12:05 to accommodate national television. The game was at 6:10.
We owe the Cubs a few time changes, don't
That's right. They do. Thursday, the 28th against the Reds moves up as well. So that's a time change there. So yeah, that series against the Cubs. Friday, ESPN will be here. We'll be here as well on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Saturday, the game will be on Fox National. Sunday, TBS will be here for that Sunday game. We'll have that for you on Fox Wisconsin as well Sunday. The Nationals are coming, as in Nationals in the TV side.
And they're also going to be what's that Saturday game in St. Louis, right?
Right.
FS1.
Yep. Yeah, the last Saturday of the regular season. Swarzak back out there trying to get 4 outs. Worked a scoreless 7th, had a couple of Ks. David Freese leads off, and then Josh Hader loosening in the bullpen will probably come in. Craig Counsell trying to piece together a bullpen outing today. It started with Brent Suter, who went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs. Jeffress inning in 2/3, and then Oliver Drake 2/3 of an inning. Hughes worked 2/3 of an inning. And now Swarzak with Hader awaiting his turn, and then there's the closer, Corey Knebel, starting to mill around. Nobody has scored since the 3rd. It's been 5-2 since that 4-run bottom of the 3rd for Milwaukee. A strike on Freeze at 95 miles an hour. 3-2 the count. On the ground to short. Sogard will make the play, and Swarzak retires Freeze.
And now you might see the lefty coming in. You got Bell Polanco coming up. Here comes Craig Counsell.
He's got a double switch in mind here. Good work by Swarzak. 4 outs. Counsell brings him in early to face the top of the order and the predominantly right-handed hitting version of the order. And the second double switch of the game to get Hader in with the switch hitter Bell coming up. And the rookie Hader on his way. We'll set up the double switch when we continue. Arcia's in. Hader on his way. Pitching change at Miller Park here in the 8th inning. Fifth inning ends up as our Badger Mutual plays of the game. 2 on to start the inning. Had a couple of hits off Jeremy Jefferson, infield hit, then a single to left. Tying run was at the plate, nobody out. McCutchen strikes out. Then Jeffress with that splitter against David Freeze. And then Drake comes in to get Bell to end the inning. That was a pivotal moment in the ballgame for the Brewers in the top of the 5th.
Able to get through the top of the order, and they've been able to do that again. And now it's going to be Josh Hader to get the switch hitter, and Gregory Polanco as Orlando Arcia takes over at shortstop. Sogard moves over to second.
Hader will turn Bell around as a right-handed batter, trying to get the final 2 outs of this 8th inning. And a big fastball in there for strike 1 for Hader. As a right-handed hitter, Bell just a .220 hitter. He came in a pinch hit roll in that 5th inning. Hurdle was taking a shot with Bell in the game, and Counsell went to Drake. Got him to bounce out to first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hader deals, and it's low.
Interesting that Hader's working out of the stretch. He usually winds up with nobody on base.
Just try to change up there on a 1-1 pitch. Got the left-handed hitting Polanco due next.
Corey Knebel getting loose in that bullpen. Craig Counsell's not going to mess around tonight.
Right by him with a fastball, 96. That was right down the middle on a 3-1 count.
Yeah, pretty straight fastball too.
Full count, and Bell just got a piece. Awkward swing, but able to stay alive.
Yeah, right on the inside corner, and just able to get a piece of it down on the trademark right off of the home plate umpire.
Do it again. Another payoff pitch for Hader. Working from the stretch. And Bell, a little lazy fly ball to right to Santana. And good work by Josh Hader coming back to get it out.
Yep, he was down in the count 3-1. Came back with 3 fastballs to get him. Well, mid-90s fastball, not really in a position to throw anything else once he was down in the count. Not with a 3-run lead, able to jam him.
All right, now Hader to face the left-handed hitting Polanco. A .259 batting average against lefties this year. He's actually hit better, right about the same against lefties as right-handers. His season average is now down to .258. So he's right on that number. However, his 10 home runs have all come against right-handed pitching. Popped him up. Will it stay playable? Over his Shaw, and that one is out of reach in the stands. No balls, 2 strikes on Polanco. Polanco is 0 for 3 tonight. Counsell left Drake in the game, a pitcher who is much better against lefties, to face Polanco in the 6th inning. And he grounded out. Skipper's pushing all the right buttons tonight for the Brewers, trying to navigate his way through a bullpen by committee day. 0-2 the count. Hader deals, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. A little taste of the Haderade for Gregory Polanco. Josh Hader gets the final 2 outs of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming. Brewers at the back.
Free scoring holding up so far for the Brew Crew. They have a 5-2 lead over Pittsburgh. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning here in Milwaukee, and the Brewers need to hang on to this lead tonight as we check out what else is going on around baseball, especially in the Central Division right now. Of course, the Brewers entering play 2.5 behind the Cubs. St. Louis still out in front of them, and the Cardinals winning against Cincinnati right now. That one in the 6th inning, also in the 6th. The Cubs a 5-2 lead over the Mets. So this is one of these days the Brewers may not pick up any ground, but certainly can't lose any. We'll talk about a big 3rd inning. How about that bullpen so far? One more inning to go, and hear from Craig Counsell, post-game reaction from Sophia. Brewers Live presented by Ascension on the way, BA.
All right, Craig, thanks. And here we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Travis Shaw will lead off. The Pirates have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Jack Leathersich, one of the 4 lefties in that Pittsburgh bullpen.
Yeah, 2 of the first 3 hitters are left-handed. You got Shaw, Thames, with Santana in between them.
Travis Shaw now has company at the top of the home run leaderboard after Eric Thames launched one out of here in the 2nd inning off Garrett Cole. He and Shaw with 29 apiece. Shaw gets the picture. He is the incumbent, even though they are tied. No room for 2 photographs. By the way, we're also tracking the Rockies and the Diamondbacks tonight. Arizona has jumped out to a 1-0 lead over Colorado in the 3rd. It's Taijuan Walker pitching for the Diamondbacks tonight. John Gray's on the mound for Colorado. JD Martinez is homing again, Ron. He's got 38 for the season between the Tigers and the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, something else, huh? Well, he's turned into a good hitter.
I think he's hit 22 now with Arizona in a little over 40 games. Man, including a 4 home run game at Dodger Stadium Monday a week ago. Shaw draws the walk.
That'd be nice to get another couple runs on the board here. Maybe sit Knable down. He was getting loose in the bottom or the top of the 8th. Get a couple of runs here and save him for tomorrow.
Brewers play tomorrow night, then an off day Thursday. And then they start a series with the Miami Marlins. Don't know exactly where that series is going to be held just yet. They're still trying to sort out if they can host that 3-game series in Miami after Irma powered its way through, Hurricane Irma.
A lot of factors involved in that decision. Not just the obvious, right?
I'm sure Major League Baseball and the Marlins have come up with an alternate location just in case. We saw the Yankees and the Rays. There was a series supposed to be played in St. Petersburg this week. They are actually playing that series at Citi Field in New York, home of the Mets. Started that series last night. Miami has a little more time, but it's not that the ballpark is damaged to the point where you couldn't play. It's everything else. It's the folks who live there, the people who work there, emergency personnel, security.
Right. Yeah.
It's asking a lot, already asking a lot out of
electricity,
the folks there.
Yep.
That is a strike to Santana. He didn't like that call. 3-1 to count. By the way, Tampa Bay did beat the Yankees today 2-1 at Citi Field. Santana in the left. That's fallen fast, and it's down. A base hit. Did him a favor. 3rd hit of the game for Domingo Santana.
Yep, got inside on him, but able to muscle it out in the left field. And looked like he gave up on that a little bit too soon. Well, kind of floated out there, stayed up in the air, and Luplow kind of played it back and let it bounce in front of him.
First game ever at Miller Park for Jordan Luplow. Ray Searage, the former Brewer and current Pirate pitching coach, on his way out to talk to Leathersich. Brewers have sent up a pinch hitter for Thames, Jesus Aguilar.
And just now activity in that Pirates bullpen.
Pirates have Johnny Barbado loosening. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Last game of the series tomorrow. Tyler Glasnow, the rookie, against Chase Anderson. Chase coming back on 3 days rest after a win and a 5-inning short start at Wrigley Field by design. They pulled him early so they'd have a chance to bring him back early, and that's what will happen tomorrow. Brewers 3 defensive outs away from a win tonight. They'll have a chance to win the series with a victory tomorrow. Here's Aguilar to face Leathersich. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, with all the guys down in that Pirates bullpen, I'm surprised that Leathersich is staying in the game. And a number of right-handers, all kinds of lefties. He's not ready to go yet.
Aguilar's been terrific off the bench. A 283 hitter as a pinch hitter with 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. 15 hits off the bench for the Brewers this year. He's hit 14 on the season. He gets occasional starts at first base. Just got under that one. A high fly ball to center. And McCutchen will make the catch. Runners will hold their ground. First out of the inning.
Just missed it on a 2-0 pitch, fastball.
First at bat for Arcia came in on the double switch. Arcia getting a day off from the starting lineup as Counsell stacks up his lefties against Cole. Sogard got the start at short. Has since moved over to second base. Some scoring early in this game, but nothing since the third. All zeros up there since that 6-run inning. 2 by the Pirates, 4 for the Brewers.
Corey Knebel, the only pitcher getting loose in that Brewers bullpen, so I guess it's going to be Knebel regardless.
Last pitched on Sunday. Had a day off yesterday. Arcia into left field. That's hit pretty well. Back on it is Luplow, and just shy of the track makes a catch.
A couple of near misses for the Brewers on fastballs from Leathersich. I mean, very hittable pitches that the Brewers have been lifting in the air and just missing.
I'll bring up Keon Broxton now. Rockies have regained the lead or taken the lead in Arizona, scoring twice in the top of the third inning. Still at bat in the third, and they lead it 2-1 now over the Diamondbacks. Carlos Gonzalez homered in that game. Cubs up on the Mets 6-2 in the 7th, and the Cardinals now up 10-4 over the Reds in the 6th inning. Runners go, and no throw made. Big jumps and a couple of steals for the Brewers. Shaw on the front end, Santana on the back end.
And paying no attention to the base runners, and Shaw kind of measuring them out, and had no chance. I mean, Freese doesn't even bother moving.
Shaw, with his 10th stolen base of the season, has not been caught. He's one of the slowest guys on the team, but he knows how to choose his spots.
Smart.
0-2 to Broxton. Second and third, big chance for Broxton to drive in a pair. Takes a ball, 2-2 now. Looking ahead to the Pittsburgh ninth inning. They will have the bottom of their order coming up. I would imagine you'd see some pinch hitters, but Rodriguez and Stewart are due to lead off. Broxton swings and misses. And the strikeout to end the inning. Brewer strand 2 sets the stage for a save opportunity. Corey Knebel is coming on to try to nail it down. He's got a 3-run lead. Brewers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Lights are up, roof is open, and the Brewers are 3 outs away from a win tonight, as Corey Knebel is on to try to nail it down. Knebel with 34 saves for the season.
Yeah, but he got save number 34 on Sunday against the Cubs. A scoreless ninth inning. He's converted each of his last 18 save opportunities.
By the way, it has been determined if Knebel can finish this off here, it would be Jeremy Jeffress as the winner. We got 5 outs coming in for Brent Suter. Big fastball right by Rodriguez. Strike 1. Josh Hader with 2 outs in the 8th after Anthony Swarzak retired 4 batters across the 7th and 8th. Just tremendous work by the bullpen tonight.
Yeah.
Knew it was going to be that way. Knew it was going to be a bullpen night, I should say. And every button Craig Counsell has pushed thus far has worked out beautifully. You start trying to get at least 3 innings out of Suter. They did that. And then you're trying to get to the 7th inning to your best relievers with a lead. The Brewers were able to do that. And then it was Swarzak, Hader, and now Knebel to try to finish this one off. And Knebel starts it with a strikeout. A punch out to start his 9th inning. 1 away.
Yep, and give him the big fastball right down the middle of the plate. And Rodriguez way behind it. Actually outer half, 98 miles an hour.
It's a pitch hitters say that has late life, a fastball that already has life to begin with and then has a little extra life.
And if he gets a curveball over, good luck to you. And that's what that's been the bottom line for Knebel. You can't go up there looking for a curveball and expect to be able to get a piece of that big fastball. You just can't do it.
Starling Marte will pinch hit, and he swings away at the first pitch, fouls it off.
And Marte, Jaso on the bench. Got the switch hitter Moroff still available.
Jaso's already moved on deck for Pittsburgh. A win tonight, the Brewers would go to 7 games over 500. 76-69 with a victory. Need everyone you can get from here on out. Going to be a dog fight the rest of the way.
Yeah, you're playing the teams that you want to beat. Playing the team that you want to pass. That's all you can ask for.
Brewers still have 4 left with the Cubs. Last 3 games of the regular season against the Cardinals. All separated by 2.5 games. Marte fouls it away. Brewers after this one tonight with 17 games remaining. 8 at home, 9 on the road. Road trips are in Miami and Pittsburgh. And that 3-game series to end it in St. Louis. 2-2 to Marte.
And very defensive swings from Marte. Question is Knebel go with the curveball? Marte's been behind that fastball the entire at bat.
Going back to the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He fouls another one off. St. Louis has 7 games remaining with the Cubs and then 3 with the Brewers, so 10 matchups against the teams they're involved in this race with. Cardinals will finish their season with 7 home games, including those 3 against the Brew Crew. Got him. Finally win with a hook, and Marte is down. Back-to-back punch-outs for Knebel.
Yeah, was able to foul off a couple of fastballs and even a curveball out of the strike zone, not even close. Gets Marte. You got to start that bat so early to be able to catch up to the heater. And he waves at it.
Knebel and out away. No pitcher in the National League, no closer in the National League has had more save opportunities in 1-run games than Knebel. So he's enjoying a 3-run cushion to work with here tonight, and he is mowing them down to start this 9th inning. Jaso fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Knebel is perfect in save situations of 3 runs or more. He actually had a save when there was a 4-run lead, believe it or not. That was a save where the tying run was on deck, even though the lead was 4. Curveball, miss low and in. Two and two now on a cut miss by Jaso. And the Pirates down to their last strike. 2-2 the count. Chaso takes a curveball. And it's 3-2 now. Now the way this team's going this year, the way they play, it's the most Brewer thing ever this season to get shut out by a rookie yesterday and then hang a loss on Garrett Cole with one more out. The Pirates ace, who had been very good against the Brewers this year. There's a ground ball right to Aguilar, and that will do it. A win for the Brewers. A bullpen by committee day, and it ends up in the hands of Corey Knebel. Save number 35. What a year he's having. What a ball game tonight, partner.
Once again, great pitching, and second time now that Brent Suter has started a game going 3 innings in a game that the Brewers would win. So the bullpen once again coming up big. Jeremy Jeffress once again picks up the victory, and some good 2-out hitting by the Brewers in that 3rd inning.
Santana with a big 2 RBI double. Jeremy Jeffress the winner. Garrett Cole the loser. Knebel save number 35, and they're shaking hands at Miller Park tonight. Time for Brewers Live. We check in with Craig Kashawn. He is standing by. Craig?
All right, nice bounce back win